Hi there, I'm Andrea Koppel, and it's Time for Coffee, the podcast where you get to hear firsthand what the jobs and careers that interest you the most are really like. Hey there, Java junkies. Welcome to another K-Cup mini episode of Time for Coffee. By the way, K-Cups come in 3 sizes, single, double, and triple shots, or roughly 1 minute, 5 minutes, or 10 minutes in length. So if you don't have time to throw back an entire caffeinated career conversation, these K-Cup mini episodes of T4C can give you a quick caffeinated fix, whether you're on the go or you only have a few minutes to binge. So grab your mug and take a chug, because it's time for a caffeinated career double shot K-Cup with my guest, Dov Baron. So final time for coffee question, Dov. I know you didn't go to college, but you did do all kinds of studies all over the place. If you could do it all over again as a 18, 19, 20-year-old, but based on the wisdom that you have now, what advice would you give yourself?
It's a great question. And I was asked this recently about 2-3 years ago when I was speaking to a group of young people who were about to leave high school, and they were looking at their education. And I said, and I was asked to give advice about education. And I said, you might not like what I have to say, but is it okay? They said, yes. I said, okay, here's my advice. The bottom line is the educational system is broken. There's no doubt about it in my mind at all. It's based on a system that was designed for the industrial age. It's based on what's called the Prussian schooling system. And Prussia is what we now call Germany. And what happened is after the First World War, the Germans lost very badly. They investigated, being the Germans and being analytical, they investigated what went wrong. And what went wrong was people didn't do as they were told. They said march forward. People went left, right, and did whatever the hell they wanted. So they developed a schooling system that made people comply. And how did they do that? Stop them from thinking. Just shove stuff in and have them memorize. And that made them into good workers and made them into good soldiers. And that's what they did. The American industrialists saw this and went, wow, that's great. And they brought the Prussian schooling system to the rest of the world, America, Britain, etc. A little bit different in Britain, but still they brought that system. The challenge with it is this. We don't live in the industrial age. We live in the digital information age, and people are learning at exponential rates. So what does that mean? It means, if you just think about this, there are people in work today working in jobs that did not exist 10 years ago. So what the hell are you going to university for? You're going to study something that won't even exist in 10 years to work in a job where most of your education will become irrelevant? Here's the thing. If you believe that you have a real pull towards a career, here's my best advice. It's just my best advice. It's not the truth. And you don't have to follow it. I'm not telling you what to do. Do what you feel is right. But I'm just saying, here's what I would do. I would find a company. Let's say I'm interested in, let's just go to the most obvious. I'm interested in technology companies. So I go, okay, I want to work for, I'd like to work in a company like Apple. I am willing to go work in Apple as an intern for free for 2 years, take the education money and live off that. And I'm talking about not partying. I'm talking about studying while I'm working there. I'll get coffee, sure, but I'm going to listen. I'm going to pay attention. I'm going to watch. I'm going to consume what's going on in my environment, because epigenetics tells us we are a result of our environment, not primarily of our gene pool, but actually of our environment. So I'm going to be in that environment. I'm going to soak. I'm going to marinate in the environment that I want to learn in. Because at the end of 2, 3, 4 years, I'm going to have an education that you're going to come out with a BA in or a BSc in, and you're going to go and apply for a job, and they're going to go, wow, you did really well. You're top of your class, but you don't know shit. I, on the other hand, everybody's gotten to know me. I've built relationships with people. I've started connections with people, and I've learned and I've actually absorbed what's needed. One of us is getting the job, and it ain't you.
Thanks for tuning in to this K-Cup mini episode of Time for Coffee. If you want to listen to our entire caffeinated career conversation, please check out the show notes for this episode. Thanks so much for listening to Time for Coffee, where the professionals in the jobs that most interest you always have time to grab coffee 24/7, no matter where you live. I I have one quick favor to ask you. Remember to rate, review, and subscribe to Time for Coffee. Thanks so much.